I started weighing myself when I was in elementary school. How old were you when you started weighing yourself? I would weigh myself in the morning, I would weigh again at night. It became kind of this cycle that I knew that at night I'd be up about 2 pounds from what I was in the morning, and then the next morning you get up, you'd be down those 2 pounds. And so that cycle went on and on. And I would allow that number to define how I spent my day. I felt like it defined me. If the number was good, then, I felt good and it was a good day. But if the number was bad, or, I didn't like what it was, or it wasn't going down because I'd been restricting and doing all the things, then I would feel bad about myself. I went around feeling like that number was plastered on my forehead. I would notice if my belly looked poochy. That's the term my mom would use about her belly, about my belly being poochy. And, so those things started getting into my mind, and I would look down and, after I'd be out running and playing, I remember riding my bike up and down my driveway, and then I'd get off my bike and I was panting, and then I would look at my belly and it was poochy, and so I struggled with this relationship with my body, relationship with the scale, relationship with my weight, even into adulthood. I would not want to go to the doctor. I would get anxious about going to the doctor because I would have to step on the scale. So I had this terrible relationship with the scale until, of course, God set me free. I got rid of that scale. I haven't had a scale for about 10 years. I didn't put on a bunch of weight, even though I was just terrified that if I didn't have that scale and if I wasn't allowing that number to let me know if I was being good or being bad, that, I would just inflate, and that didn't happen. So I can tell you one thing, that you can maintain your weight without a scale. But I would not go to the doctor because I didn't want to get on that scale. And by the way, you don't have to step on a scale when you go to the doctor. You can politely decline that. But anyway, that's a message for another day. What I want to let you know is that instead of weighing yourself, the thing that matters is the weight of our words. Our words are what matters. And those, if you want to weigh something, I'm inviting you to start weighing your words. The thing is, we don't find motivation. We don't get motivation by negative words. We need to heal our relationship with the way that we talk to ourselves. And when we start looking at how we speak to ourselves, when we start considering how we speak to ourselves, then and only then can we start living a sustainable, healthy life. When we start speaking to ourselves more positively and we start viewing ourselves as more than that number on the scale, it's only then that we find the true inspiration and motivation that we need to live a healthy life. So what I am doing is inviting you, or even challenging you, to join me for 7 days of putting away your scale and instead start weighing your words. That challenge is going to happen. I hope you're watching this in real time because it's happening soon. It's going to happen starting January 14th, which again, if you are watching this when it goes live, it's Tuesday now. So you've got a few days, but I'm going to drop the information below in the description so that you can find out more about it, and you can click that link and sign up, because we start Sunday. And for 7 days, following Sunday through Saturday of next week, I want to ask you to put the scale away. Whether you have a scale, whether you think that you have a good relationship with the scale or not, it's important to consider how you're speaking to yourself. What are the words that are going through your mind regularly? Because It's only when we heal our relationship with the way that we talk to ourselves, it's only when we start weighing our words and get that part of ourselves taken care of, that we can then pursue sustainable, healthy weight loss. So let's do this together. I'm inviting you to join me for this challenge. This is actually the 5th year that we are doing it, and I continue to do it because I see so many women make great progress in how they're speaking to themselves, and so that they can pursue a healthy life and start living fit and free. Because here we don't approach fitness, we don't approach weight loss the way the world is. And the way the world is right now in January, they're asking you to go on extreme diets and extreme programs and all of those things. And they're probably asking you to get on a scale so that you can have a before weight and take that picture so that you can have a before picture. And then they're asking you to do things that you'll never be able to sustain. But what I want to ask you to do is put that all behind you, set it aside for 7 days. You can always go back to those things. If you think you would rather live tied to a scale and tied to a restrictive plan and program, you can always go back to that. But give this a try, set aside the scale for a few days, and start considering how you're speaking to yourself. Because when you start speaking to yourself in a more loving way, in a more acceptable way, and you start embracing the way that God made you, then you can learn to honor how He made you. And like I said, you can start living fit and free, and you will have sustainable, lasting health. That's what we're going to do. So don't wait any longer. Sign up today, and I look forward to coming alongside you and helping you start to weigh your words so that you can begin living fit and free.